Many of them does not involve human beings. When you get out there and you really want to be a successful human being, you will work with people that are going to be difficult. One of the advantages of universities today is that, okay, you might have to work with lecturers that are coming from, that have different mindsets. Some of them will want you to read a book and understand it and give them the understanding. Some of them don't want any understanding. They just want you to drop everything you have and put it back. Some of them will give you, so because you see them as authorities, you will want to listen to them, and it will build character in you too when you do that. And that's why they say that when you are giving your certificate in university, they will say you are giving this certificate in character and in learning. Because at that time you have to work with people for you to get that. Not just, but again, whatever situation you find yourself, you see that even the people that are doing best in schools, most of them tend to do tutorials for their friends, for their younger ones. They are the ones that are benefiting most because they refresh their brains in doing that by helping other people. So what are the small things you are doing every day that is compounding to the life you want to build in future? Are you sure, like you have mentioned, that everything you do, all the habits you have, they are a double-edged sword? Are you sure that it is working in your favor or against your future? Like I said, I don't want to just talk and while you make you just think, but you need to start acting on this. For this book, I am willing to stay on this book because research, they've done a lot of work. Interestingly, the non-Muslims, they've done a lot of works on how human beings behave, and they've seen trends. They've done a lot of work and tested how we can build good habits and how bad habit breaks off. Because for them, to a very large extent, their God is success, their God is money, right? For them to be successful in that, okay, what makes them successful? They have looked at, okay, it's actually building good habits. Okay, what are the good habits that makes you successful? They've done a lot of work on it. So the difference between us and them is not that we don't want to be successful. Our own definition of success is different. It's not money, but it is not in Islam for us to be poor. So having money in Islam is something we must chase, but not at the detriment. It's from what we should be doing as Muslims. All over the world, Jews send money to Israel. Wherever they are, whatever job they do, they send money to Israel to support what they call Zionism. We are bothering ourselves so much about how different we are. What is the concept of Ummah if it's not about us? A Jew in business, when a Jew is owning a school, right? And he doesn't do paper, and he comes to say that who is the person that is doing the business of paper? Okay, he's a Muslim or he's a Hindu, whatever. He's not a Jew. You buy the paper from the Jew. Okay, I have a Jew that's doing inferior paper. And I say, look, come, this is a good paper. We will go and give another Jew, take this good quality paper. I'm going to give you money to invest in your business, do a good quality paper. That's what they do for their businesses, to support themselves. And they do that quietly. But most of the time, what do? We start saying, we are all different. We start looking about it, and that is a trick of Shaitan, to start telling us how different we are. Any success doesn't even come from a group, it comes from human beings, it comes from individuals. You need to be, for you to actually work with somebody else for anything to be successful, you have to work within yourself to be successful first. And what happens again? Remember, I mentioned Shaitan always stay with us anywhere we are. So one of us, for example, now is very good in school. What do they want to do? Okay, when he sees an opportunity, he might want to leave it for himself or herself alone. I said being successful is simple. The opposite of simple is complex. But being successful is not easy. It is hard. That's the opposite of easy. Like I said, work hard. If you want to be successful financially, for example, now, the simple part to take is that look for somebody that's already successful and work for that person and see how the person is doing the work. And have the mindset that, okay, I want to know how the person is doing the work. Okay, by the time the person is doing, that means you learn a lot of things on how it works. Then you can now say, oh, I can do this one better, I cannot do this one better. But you cannot be successful on your own. It's much more difficult. And don't ever belittle small successes. In the last minute we did, I was giving an example of AI, and one of our brothers here was mentioning how he's doing on his own NYC, how he's teaching the small orders. Is it small order? Those people with small businesses, how he's teaching them how to use AI. They will benefit more than me and you that have not done business before. You know why? Because they are going to use that thing on a problem that they already have. But when you are in school, what are you doing? You are learning theory that might not work. So, if you really want to be successful as a Muslim, and in this dunya and the next, you must engage with the world. It's never going to be enough for you to stay on yourself. Staying on yourself might be now, I want to start reading a book, I want to understand it, I want to understand it. Okay, if you understand anything in Islam, who are you teaching? Because of the new technologies that are available. So the world is now rewarding what we call direct commerce. Look around, what is going on, what can I make better, and how can I just start a little. So guys, there is a power in the small things you do consistently. And sometimes it doesn't show. Like we have learned in the Surah of the Prophet. Sometimes the effort you are making does not show. This is showed clearly that it is called plateau of latent potential. Now, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. You've seen ice before. Ice cube, right? Okay. So when they say room temperature, what is the room temperature? 25 degrees. Okay, so what is 25 degrees? Room temperature is 25 degrees. What temperature do you think we have right now? Is this room temperature? Is it cold or hot? Hotter?
It's hotter.
It's hotter, exactly. So we are about, at least more than 30. It could be 30 or 31 or 32. So how, when you bring a cube to a room that is 25 degrees, you put it there on a table, it doesn't melt. It's out of the fridge, it doesn't melt. When you get to 26 degrees, it doesn't melt. 27, it doesn't melt. 28, it doesn't melt. It still stays as cube. 29, 30, 31, you start seeing water dripping. That is how habits are being built. When you are doing something over and over and over again, you might not see results, and you are likely not going to see results, and it will not show. And I even give the example of memorization of the Quran. If you are going to build a skill that lasts, going back to the patience I was talking about, sometimes when you start building patience, you start saying that, okay, yes, I'm improving on my patience, for example, on how I talk with people. But sometimes you will not see progress. But that is the way nature works. You are building that in yourself, that you get to a point that you just start shooting. That is how good habits are formed. So when you are in that point too, don't relent. That's why I said perhaps when you are returning something good to somebody that's doing it good, perhaps the person that returning good, that is not your business. The result is never going to be in your hands. It's always going to be in Allah's hands. But your work and my work is to continue to be on that path of being successful in this world and in the next. And like I said, the only thing that's coming before that is your purpose. Why are you building an habit? If you have picked a good habit that you want to build, you must consistently work towards it, whether you are seeing results or not. Allah continue to make it easy for us. I need you guys to really look at these things and look at it every day, and possibly even do this for the next 7 days. Try to write every day what you do. No judgment. Just write. Okay, today when I woke up, what did I do? In next class, we can be talking about how to actually build good habits. There are good ways that are shown, like habit loop, habit tracking, implementation intentions, and habit contract, all those things that some of them you're already doing. But how you can now leverage on what you already know to build other habits that serves you and your future. We'll continue to talk about that in future, inshallah. Just note that for everything you do, it follows 4 processes. It calls cue, craving, response, and reward. Now they have built the phone on that. It works. That's why they bring this. Response is that okay, I pick it. When I pick it, what happens? Yes, I feel rewarded that yes, I've done that. Now if you look at the phone, for people who has phone, what normally happens? When you are on WhatsApp or any Instagram and all that, when you get a message on WhatsApp that you have not opened, you see an icon on top of it. It's just tricking your brain. That's a cue. You have a craving. Oh, who has sent me a message? It could be my friend. It could be from this group. It could be until you open that thing. That's how Facebook was built. In the beginning, there was the like button that they built there first, and they saw how the engagement on Facebook shot up. And that's why you see every app now has that thing. You have like button and all that. It's just something to, the way the brain works, they have programmed it to phone to actually take our attention away. And we as Muslims can start identifying this same science to direct to what we want to use to build ourselves. The problem for majority of Muslims is not knowing what is right and what is wrong. The problem is doing it. There are 2 different things. That's why I said there's a lot of difference between something is simple and something is easy. It might not be easy to do, but you can train your brain to make it easy. Because already, there are some things that are already easy for you to do. Some of you don't even think when you wake up before you brush your mouth. Because you have trained your brain to get up and do that. So you can train your brain for many things that can work for you, but you need to start with what? Identifying what are the things that are in every day, what are the things that are good there, what are the things that are bad there. Okay, how is it serving me? It's all the things you do every day is a double-edged sword. It can serve, it can work for you, and it can work against you. So do that, and inshallah we'll continue the conversation.
Yes, do you have any clarification? It's here now. Any clarification? Talk. Any clarification?
Like in the part where you said that you should build on every skill that God has blessed us with.
Yes.
Some people now, they feel that, okay, maybe God has blessed them with like a sports skill.
Yes.
And maybe you're playing football, tennis. Some people mindset is that since they see people playing football outside, maybe that they should build on the football so that them say they want to become footballers. Okay. So that kind of mindset, is he okay? Or I don't know.
Okay. I am not sure too. We need to be careful about that. I saw Sadio Mane. You know who that is, right? Do you? Do you? Okay, I'm sure you guys will know. Exactly. There was a day, the clip I saw that he was going to the dressing room and he read the verse of the Quran. Have you seen that before?
Yes, I've seen it.
What did he say?
I think he was talking about like...
No, it was a verse of the Quran that he recited. He did not say anything, but he just read that verse.
I didn't see it.
Okay. Football itself, this is my opinion, football itself is not haram. what you do with it is. The football system, for example, majority of it is built on betting. For example, that is 100% haram. You are better off not getting close to what you know is 100% haram, even if you think that football is not. But when you find yourself there, people like that, again, like I gave the example of Hadimani, it's not like majority of us that say, what talent, how do you know you're talented in football? How do you know that? Because you're better than your friends?
Showing skills.
Sorry?
Showing skills.
What kind of skills are you talking about that you're showing within your friends? I had a cousin about 20 years ago who wanted to play football a lot. So at that time we used to go, and at that time there's no internet or cyber cafes like this. There were cyber cafes, but it was quite expensive. So the cheapest one will be when you want to go and subscribe overnight. So we go there, we sleep because we want to browse. So we browse overnight. What was he looking for? I think I just finished university, so I think I was maybe looking for university to go abroad or something. But he was looking for football academy. So, because he was not as educated at the time, I was the one doing all the research for him. First thing that jumped out for me, that if you really want to play football, the most important thing is stamina, not skill. The most important thing is stamina, how strong you are. Went inside, go and collect it. What was Ronaldo doing after football? Training. So majority of us, that's not what we like when we say we are talented. Football is a lot of work. Don't ever think it's something you play to enjoy. Those guys are not, they get a lot of money, they are working very hard to stay fit. So if you have that skill, for example, now majority of those people might not have like I said, the background or the privileges that you have. Like I said, Allah is going to always ask you what He has given you, perhaps through your parents. So if you find yourself in that place, yes, you can use your energy to go ahead and do that. And you can see people like Ademani now, okay, I think he's playing in Saudi Arabia, for example, now, right? Okay. So that is trying to do something. Even this guy too, can't they? You see him too that it is not. And what are the things you see them do? You see them investing on education in very less developed countries, building big schools for them with the money that. So when you find yourself in that place, you can do, but you need to have a system around you to look at, okay, what's the best I can get from here? The fact that you can play ball or you can play ball around your friends, for example, now doesn't mean that it's now, yes, a skill, a talent God has given you that you still want to pursue. That's, like I said, I cannot give anything definite on that because I really don't know the path you take to go that path. But again, those are the things that is just better. And probably because you don't have, majority of people who play football like that, especially for profession, is because they don't have any option when you were young. And that's another thing that majority of us don't have. We don't have pain. They tell you that a lot of successful people are people that are traumatized, people that are broken, people that have something that is pushing them to be successful. It's not just I'm waking up and I'm doing this. No. It's something that is dragging them as if they don't become successful, they are going to die. And that's why they are going that far. If people, those footballers, they tell you their story. For example, Nigerians, they tell you their story when they get travel first. What happened to them before they got to play in places that are very cold for years, they don't even have any family there and all that. Before, and they are not paying them anything. Before they have now see a club that will say, okay, this man is talented. So it's a lot of hard work to go to that point. So if that is what you want to go through, get a proper agent, get a proper football academy, and go inside and do that. Not that, okay, you just want to now be arrogant and say you just want to live in the house because you have talent, you just want to go in. Okay, be trained in that level. And as Muslims, follow what you know as what is halal and haram and stay away from it. Don't always hide behind, okay, I think I can play there, I can play played it. A lot of people can play football that they never ended up as professional footballers. I know a lot of them like that. So, what I mean by what I was referring to is not talent like that, but if it is that kind of talent, for example, now is not to pursue it, you can do another course, but talent in terms of, sometimes I find it very easy to remember numbers. I find it very easy to talk to people. I find it very easy to, more than my friends. Okay, my friends are saying, I can't do this, I can't do that. You see somebody, one of my friends just come forward and talk. That is what I am talking about. That okay, then you should improve on that skill, and one of the skills that is making a lot of money today and forever will always be what they call sales. How to sell.